celebrating 70 years as your hometown station. You're watching Jacob Dizon, Heather Ann Wagner, and your weather with meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli. This is Rise and Shine.
Good morning, Southern Idaho. It's Tuesday, July 1st.
And thank you for tuning in to Rise and Shine.
Well, happy July, Jacob.
Happy July 1st and happy Tuesday to you, Heather Ann.
Happy Tuesday to you as well. I've almost said Monday a couple times. A little thrown off this week, but glad to be back. Glad to see you. Hopefully everyone's had a great week.
Yeah, and those summers, it's kind of felt a lot like summer in our area. We are full swing in summer season and the temperatures are really hot in our area. Justin, good morning.
Yes, and temperatures really starting to get hot in terms of normal highs into the upper 80s now this time of year. So we're really getting into the thick of the heat, and we definitely felt it. We were into the low to mid 90s and could make the upper 90s as we go through the day today. Here's a look at the current temperatures. So we are staying very mild into the overnight, mid 60s right now at Jerome, Twin Falls, Rogerson, and Jackpot. Gooding is the warm spot into the upper 60s, closer to 60 at Burley, and the low to mid 50s last into the Wood River Valley as you make your way further north. There's the wind. Right now we got that southwesterly wind, only around 5 to 15 miles per hour, flipping a little more northeasterly as we go through the afternoon, but staying light out there. As for the moisture, still partly cloudy skies in the Burley area and just off to the east. And as you make your way between Shoshone and Haley, we do have partly cloudy skies and a few more clouds just off to the south of Glens Ferry and Mountain Home. But into our western county, still a good amount of sunshine. We'll start off with the sunshine, an increase in the clouds south to north today. In our higher elevation south could still have some slight chances of some showers and storms. Temperatures into the mid to upper 90s down south and lower 90s as you make your way further north. Now temperatures will be on their way down as we go through the rest of the week, and some more slight chances of moisture ahead. Details on that coming up a little later on the show. Heather and Jacob.
Thanks, Justin. We are finding out new information about Sunday's deadly ambush of firefighters in Coeur d'Alene. The identities of the victims have been released as well as the suspect.
Hometown reporter Ryan Hill has been following this story and brings us the latest.
We're here in Coeur d'Alene where we've got some updates on the tragic shooting that happened on Sunday that claimed the lives of 2 firefighters. Kootenai County Fire and Rescue and the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department identified the victims in the shooting as Battalion Chief Frank Harwood with Kootenai Fire and Rescue and Battalion Chief John Morrison with Coeur d'Alene. Dave Tisdale with the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department remains in critical condition in the hospital. Local fire chiefs say after this tragedy, they will be working to prevent this in the future.
There will be a time for us to be able to evaluate our policies and our procedures and whether or not, should we have had more people on the initial attack. It's really impossible to say this time. What I can commit to you is obviously we will do a deep dive, and I think we will do that together. We're partner agencies. We respond together every day.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office identified the shooter as 20-year-old Wes Rowley. The sheriffs say that the shooter started with the brush fire with flint and steel, and it is unknown if he was the one who called in the fire, but he did interact with the firefighters before ambushing them. Rowley engaged in a firefight with officers and was later found dead by suicide. Sheriff Robert Norris says they have no motive at the moment.
We have not been able to find any manifesto. We have not been able to inventory the vehicle, although people that have seen the vehicle do believe it appeared as if he was living in the vehicle. Rowley was found to be in possession of a flint starter, and we believe that was his method for starting the fire that eventually led to firefighters responding.
Sheriff Norris says they are still investigating the shooting and the fire makes it difficult. To find out how to support the victims and their families, go to the Kootenai County Fire and Rescue Facebook page. We will continue to provide information when it becomes available. In Coeur d'Alene, Ryan Hill, KMVT News.
The U.S. Senate held a moment of silence Monday to remember the fallen firefighters. Senators Crapo and Risch discussed the situation, and Crapo asked his colleagues to pray for the injured firefighter in the hospital.
I ask my colleagues to join me in sending your prayers for that firefighter's full recovery, for the deceased victims, for their families, and for the entire North Idaho community grieving this heinous act.
This evil attack on the people who dedicate their lives to protecting and serving our communities is despicable, and it's not Idaho.
The devastating news and the lives that were lost hit home for some of our local first responders. Hometown reporter Derica Kay spoke with them to get their reactions and learn about how they aim to stay prepared for threats like this in the future.
When something like this happens, it's like one of our own that's being affected.
The Twin Falls Fire Department was shocked when news came in that firefighters were ambushed in Kootenai County. According to the fire chief, Mitchell Brooks, they have a close relationship with all departments in the state, and he says what happened is very concerning.
Our jobs are tough enough as it is. We're trying to get there quickly, trying to affect the outcome of the fire and minimize the damage as much as possible. And then you add an element like this that creates a threat from a member of the public, and that's pretty disheartening in my opinion.
Rock Creek Fire District also has a close relationship with Kootenai County first responders, as they both worked together on the Palisades fire in California earlier this year.
I think that the whole state, especially our department, is kind of dumbfounded and just surprised that something like that could happen so close to home. We send our thoughts and prayers to both agencies in their time of loss. It really just shows that things like this can happen anywhere.
In terms of staying prepared for similar situations, Chief Brooks says the Twin Falls Fire Department has body armor for each of their apparatus to keep them safe. However, they have to know in advance that they're going into a hostile environment.
We have really good partnerships with our local PD, our sheriff's department. We have them make sure our scenes are safe before we get into them, but that's if we know going into it. In this case, they didn't have any idea that they were going to be faced with this threat.
As for Rock Creek, Chief Zent is already on the move to help keep his crews safe.
I've already been in contact with the sheriff this morning about setting something up in the near future. So our agency will be working with the Twin Falls Sheriff's Office and with our local law enforcement to make sure that we're providing the best opportunity to stay safe on incidents like these, unfortunately.
Derica Kay, KMVT News.
Mountain Home Air Force Base has identified the man who died in a swimming incident on Saturday. According to a press release by the base, he's been identified as 27-year-old Airman First Class Victor Njoja of West Virginia. Njoja was swimming in the Anderson Ranch Reservoir when he was reported missing after failing to resurface. His body was later recovered, and the incident remains under investigation.
A fire broke out on the southbound side of Interstate 84 between the Kimberly, Eden, and Twin Falls exits Monday morning. According to the BLM Twin Falls Fire District, it was a little after 11 o'clock when a disabled truck lost a driveline. The driveline was hot and bounced into the grass, causing a spark shower and igniting a fire. Winds caused the fire to spread a little over a mile along the freeway. First Segregation Fire District and BLM crews were able to contain the blaze quickly with the assistance of planes dropping retardant to keep the flames from spreading. BLM says the fire was accidental but encourages drivers to make sure their vehicles are in good condition before hitting the road.
Vehicles do start a lot of fires for us. Chains dragging on the ground, so if you're towing a trailer somewhere, make sure that your chains are not dragging and causing sparks, because over 90 degrees, maybe closer to 100 degrees this weekend, and low humidities, dragging chains easily start fires. We've seen it several times.
BLM crews were on I-84 southbound near the Twin Falls exit throughout the day to monitor the area, making sure the fire is out.
People from the Magic Valley had the chance to weigh in last night on potential plans for a third bridge over the Snake River. The Idaho Transportation Department held a public meeting at the College of Southern Idaho. People got to see some of the proposed plans for another bridge and other projects to improve traffic flow in our area. ITD says the bridge project is still in the early stages and could take another 10 to 20 years to actually complete, but planning now is important as our community continues to grow.
As we look into the future at the traffic growth here in the Magic Valley, it's no secret that there's a lot of people here now. It's growing fast, and the traffic's increasing. You know, it's not needed today, but as we go forward, there's definitely going to be that need, and so we've got to start looking now.
ITD says these meetings provide them important public insight into the impact these projects will have. People who attended say they appreciated the chance to learn and voice their opinions.
I think that it's really good that they're planning towards the future. I know that I've seen some of the displays that are already looking out into, you know, not just the current situation, but they're looking out into 2050. And so they're definitely trying to, I think, you know, get ahead at least at looking at the potential options that there are.
ITD says it plans to hold another public meeting in the fall. If you'd like to comment on the project, you can do so online through July 30th at snakerivercrossing.com. You can also find more information about the proposals on ITD's website.
Coming up on Rise and Shine, taking a vacation from the stresses of daily life can be just as stressful as not taking time off at all.
Now let's take a look at that 10-day temperature trend. So we've got our warmest day today, and then temperatures really on their way down as we approach the July 4th holiday. But by this time next week, getting right back up there, maybe some days approaching triple digits. Details coming up.
Need a vacation after your vacation? Whether it's a week away or just a long weekend, do you find yourself feeling more drained than recharged once you return home?
Michael Yoshida joins us with tips on how to feel more rejuvenated during and after your summer escapes.
Craving a post-vacation vacation? You might not be alone.
We're tired because we continue our work life and that work lifestyle on vacation.
Instead of relaxing, it can be tempting to overschedule, to try and see all of the tourist sites or do all of the resort's activities and more.
We just continue working. It's just a different kind of work. I have to see this cathedral. I have to, walk down this road, eat at this restaurant. And next thing you know, you're not resting, you're still working.
Jordan Barber, a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine, says learn to embrace unstructured relaxation. Have a to-do list, but also be okay just going with the flow and listening to your body. Other things to do to keep your stress in check. 1. Keep your hormones in balance with consistent meal and sleep timing. 2. Get early morning sun exposure to naturally boost your energy and reset your circadian rhythm. 3. Hydrate. You might be vacationing in a warmer climate or are eating more processed sodium-filled foods than you're used to. And finally, when it comes to meals, enjoy your vacation, but also try to eat more magnesium and potassium-rich foods, dark leafy greens, avocados, bananas, pumpkin seeds, and more to calm your nervous system.
It's okay to eat, at the restaurant that you want to eat at that might be a little processed or anything else, and to drink a little more, but make sure that hydration is up. But make sure that you're getting your magnesium, potassium-rich foods.
In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
I feel like if I have to keep a list of all of those things, I'm no longer on vacation either.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of interesting there, but I know he brings up some good points. When you come back from vacation, it can be kind of that sluggish feeling. Maybe just some magnesium to help you out with that.
Some pumpkin seeds, just maintaining hydration. Apparently, that's all you need.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, Justin, if you're headed outside, it might be a good day to maintain that hydration, though.
Yeah, it's definitely for another day. Temperatures are really going to start to get up there into the 90s again, but we are starting off pretty mild. A couple of hours ago, most of us were around that 70-degree mark, finally hitting our lows. We're into the mid-60s right now at Jerome, Twin Falls, Rogerson, Jackpot. Near 60 at Burley, but 64 at Malta, Gooding the warm spot at 67, and low to mid-50s as you make your way up toward the Ketchum area. There's your winds, so they are flipping around from a southwesterly direction to more of a northeasterly flow. 5 to 15 miles per hour today. They're not going to get much stronger, so it's another day. We do have some light winds, not really going to be dealing with breezy to windy conditions, not only for today, but for the rest of the week. So we're taking a break from the wind, but the heat is definitely on for today and for the day tomorrow. We're starting off with just a few clouds. Basically around the Burley area, partly cloudy. That's moving off to the east and between Shoshone and Haley, and points out to the east of that partly cloudy sky is also some more clouds south and west of the Glens Ferry area. But most of us are going to start off with sunshine for the day today. High pressure in charge of our forecast, and this is a very warm to hot high pressure system working its way out to the east, and we're definitely on its warm side now. So temperatures peaking today. We got a little bit of a frontal boundary. That's going to increase the clouds over the next few days and give us those slight chances of some showers and storms. Another cooler high works its way in, and this one actually will have a cool sector as we finish out the work week. You saw the temperatures dropping pretty nicely. So as we go through the day today, some clouds approaching from the south, slight chance of some showers and storms in the higher elevations in that direction, but mid to upper 90s for most of us. Now some clouds during the overnight keep us mild again into the upper 60s to near 70 starting off tomorrow around this time, and then partly cloudy skies for the day tomorrow. And the chances for some showers and storms still around 20%, but they're going to move a little further north. Otherwise, some more cloud cover across the rest of the region, but cooler highs in the lower 90s. So we're going to continue our cool down and keep those moisture chances through around Friday for July 4th, and then temperatures right back up there. High pressure over the weekend gives us more sunshine, and we're going to get on this high's warm side, so temperatures are going to be up after that. So we got the really warm to hot air right now. The cool pool of air will be here over the July 4th holiday. And then for next week, you saw temperatures getting right back up there, rising through the 80s and even rising through the 90s by mid to late next week. So the warm air really is not going anywhere else after this weekend. Here's a look at the extended forecast for the Wood River Valley today. Upper 80s, slight chances for some showers and storms, better chances for Thursday and Fridays. We fall back into the mid 70s for highs, then low to mid 80s on Saturday and Sunday. Lots of sunshine, upper 80s on Monday, and into the Magic Valley. 92 for tomorrow, partly cloudy, more slight chances of some showers and storms Thursday and Friday. Upper 80s turn to upper 70s, mid 80s on Saturday, low to mid 90s Sunday and Monday, still with sunny skies. And here is the photo of the day.
This time I was prepared for it.
Yeah, the owl caught you off guard last time.
Really
but just
did.
Checking him out there, it's kind of interesting to be there for that moment with an owl just right outside.
It looks like it's looking in somebody's house or out somebody's patio door.
Would you want to wake up to this? This
Really
would scare me half to death.
So.
It really is. He looks as scared as we would be looking at him. So, but a beautiful photo, and thank you for capturing it, because I don't know that I'd have my phone near me if that was the case. But we now want you to be able to be part of Rise and Shine by sending us photos of your Rise and Shine moments.
You can go to KMVT.com or on the KMVT News app.
Or you can text us at 208-358-9024.
Later on Rise and Shine, we'll have today's top headlines in your news to go before you head out the door.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. I'm joined by Twin Falls Mayor Ruth Pierce, and she's here to talk about the upcoming Twin Falls Independence Day fireworks display. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here.
Bet.
And so you are sponsoring fireworks. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
The city is sponsoring the fireworks again today, or on Friday, for the 4th of July. It'll be at the College of Southern Idaho, as it is every year. The fireworks show is 20 to 25 minutes. Starts about dusk, which they say will be around 10:15. It's being choreographed to music that's being played on a bunch of radio stations, and it's a beautiful process. It's really fun to watch. The city band will be at CSI, and they will start playing at 7:30 in front of the Fine Arts Center. So it'll be really fun.
And if you haven't been before, I know sometimes if it's like late at night in the middle of the week, I can't make it, so I'm excited for this year. But if you've never been, what is it like?
It's really fun. Lots of people bring blankets, chairs, picnics. I can't remember if they are letting vendors, maybe there might be a few vendors, but most everybody brings their own picnic, and they sit and, visit, have family stuff, play games. There's sometimes little sparklers with the kids while they're waiting for fireworks, but it's a great family event.
And it really is good because you see the whole community come together, and there's really not a bad seat if you go on the CSI campus.
Exactly.
And so if people are wanting to go out, I believe it starts at 10:15.
10:15.
About 20 minutes long, and I know we will have more information on our website as well. And then for next year, we wanted to touch on that really quick.
Well, next year is really exciting because it's America 250, and the city we've actually tripled our budget for the 4th of July. It's not all going to be fireworks, but I'm positive there'll be a really nice show, and then we'll have a lot of community activities.
It seems like we are getting prepared for that to come kind of up on us pretty quick.
As this whole year has been.
It really is, yeah. It'll be next year before we know it.
I know, exactly.
And so once again, if people want to come out, it's at CSI.
At CSI, they will start directing traffic early, so it's nice to get there early, listen to the band, and hang around until the fireworks show.
Yes, and there will be road closures.
Yes, there'll be road closures, and there will be people directing traffic, so just
be prepared.
Be prepared.
But come on out and enjoy it.
Exactly.
And we will have more information on our website and the city's website as well.
That's correct.
Thank you so much for being here.
It's good to see you.
We'll be right back. Let's take a look at your news to go before you head out the door. Firefighters are back at the scene of a blaze where 2 firefighters died and another was wounded Sunday in an ambush shooting attack. Authorities say a man intentionally set the fire Sunday to lure firefighters there to ambush them on Canfield Mountain just north of Coeur d'Alene. The gunman was later found dead with a weapon nearby. A law enforcement official has identified the suspect as Wes Rowley.
Brian Kohberger has agreed to a plea deal to avoid trial in his quadruple murder case. That's according to an attorney for the family of one of the victims. 30-year-old Kohberger is accused of fatally stabbing 4 University of Idaho students in their home in 2022. A source says the deal consisted of Kohberger pleading guilty to 4 counts of murder in exchange for the government not pursuing the death penalty. A hearing is scheduled for Wednesday.
A fire broke out on the southbound side of Interstate 84 between Kimberly, Eden, and Twin Falls exits Monday morning. According to the BLM Twin Falls Fire District, it was a little after 11 o'clock when a disabled truck lost a driveline. Winds caused the fire to spread a little over a mile along the freeway. First Segregation Fire District and BLM crews were able to contain the blaze quickly, with the assistance of planes dropping retardant to keep the flames from spreading. That was Look at Your News to Go. Now let's get a look at your final weather with Justin.
And it will be another hot one for the day today. More clouds and the moisture chances increasing. Should be mainly dry in the Wood River Valley today, high of 92. And then slight chances for some showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow. And then better chances for Thursday and Friday. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, but temperatures falling back through the 80s and into the mid-70s for July 4th. 81 on Saturday, mid to upper 80s Sunday and Monday. Mostly sunny skies turning sunny to start next week. And then into the Magic Valley, slight chance of some showers and storms today. Highs near 98. 92 tomorrow, partly cloudy. Back to 20% chances of some showers and storms for your Thursday and Friday as we fall from the upper 80s into the upper 70s. Then for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, temperatures back on their way up, rising from the mid 80s to mid 90s. But we are back to sunny skies and a dry weather pattern.
So Justin, I know the concern is these thunderstorms and especially potential for dry lightning. But as far as winds are concerned, I know we can set off fireworks right now. What kind of precautions might be out there today?
Well, the good news is we are going to keep just light winds, and light this time of the year around 10 to 15 miles per hour, so you don't see any breezies or windies on the map. So that's good for the fire danger, especially as we go through July 4th.
Right, and hopefully we'll get some moisture as well to accompany that.
Yes, as the storms pick up though, is there any wind risk?
Yeah, there's going to be like a wind risk near thunderstorms though, but it looks like the thunderstorms, especially for Thursday into Friday, will be hit or miss. Just pay attention to that radar out there. It does not look like a washout.
Well, that is good news.
Yeah, good to know.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Rise and Shine this morning. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.